Right, so here we are at GameBehemoth, and my name is Jacob. I'll be showing you this replay of the Phantom Assassin here in middle lane. We have the Captain's Mode game. This is ranked. I'm at about 3.1k MMR, I think, at this, which is really just terrifically low, but I mean, what can you do when every single game is like some sort of terrible troll scrubbish shitfest? So we'll see here. I'll be the captain and draft for my team, you can see, but I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward through this part and you'll just like get a quick. So normally, you know, I'll make a sort of a draft like this and my team would like complain about especially the PA mid, but I'll give you my player perspective here. So here we go, we're gonna follow my hero to the mid lane and wait for the game to start a bit. See, it looks like Death Prophet also wanted to come to this lane, but I told her no and to go like safe or off lane or something, because you know Death Prophet doesn't have to mid lane. I feel like there's this big sort of thing about that in the meta, that it's important for Death Prophet to get like level 6 as soon as possible, just so she can push towers and stuff. But see, there's kind of a drawback to that. If if you take the enemy's towers too quickly, then it's just going to cause the creeps to end up like much closer to the enemy's base, making it more difficult for you to farm, and it's not going to push them back in the direction of your base so that your heroes can farm them. So right now we're running a quick duel lane here, but I'm going to try to harass this Storm Spirit and zone him out as much as possible. You know, the interesting thing about PA mid is she has this whole stifling dagger thing, and it's very spammable, and you know, you can use it to get last hits as well as just to apply a very steady pressure and damage to the enemy hero in mid lane, you know, forcing them to use their regen and stuff like that. So this is my strategy. Most people would probably insist that Phantom Assassin cannot lane mid against Storm Spirit. And you look at the enemy team here, actually picking up first blood against our fucking Invoker. And also a lot of people would say that Invoker should be mid as well, because he needs the levels for, you know, applying his skills and stuff. But the thing about Dota is, right, it's just like a Warcraft 3 map. So I mean, eventually there will come a certain point in the game, about 20 or 30 minutes, I'll have my items, and Invoker will have like a Force Staff, and maybe part of an Agium Scepter, and then, like, what is he going to do with that exactly? Because it doesn't give you very much damage per second, does it? So the PA is a very high DPS hero, and I'm going to play this with as much DPS as possible here, and really just try to suppress the enemy team by killing their heroes, and not applying any kind of like a rat Dota, like a split push or anything like that. I know there's been some talk of, especially in public games, and I don't feel like it's very significant in the meta. I mean, at a pro level, you know, things completely change, and so they would probably rotate other heroes mid here to try to suppress the Phantom Assassin, because she is obviously such a very strong hero coming into like mid-late game, and you just don't want her to have any farm. You can see the Storm Spirit's kind of trying to like spam on me and harass me with the skills and stuff, and they're really not going to be that effective at zoning me out of the lane here. And you see I've taken some damage, but I'm just going to continue to dagger this Storm Spirit, and eventually, actually, I'm going to kill this guy. I don't know if it's because he's not a very good player, or just because, I mean, Storm can't do very much until he gets his ultimate. For the mobility that it provides him, you know, the Phantom Assassin is just going to dagger him and then run up and right click, and he's quite squishy at this point in the game. So you'll see a bit of that happening. Looks like I may have missed one last hit here in the course of this, and he actually denied me over the dagger there. But normally the dagger is very effective for last hitting, because it does quite a bit more damage than your regular right click would do. As you can see, it's 100 damage right here, and that's pure type, and it only gets stronger, you know, as you level it up, and it begins to apply also a sort of shield as well. But this guy, he's being kind of aggressive, you know, I mean, as he should be, because he's strong straight mid, and if he doesn't outlane me here early on in the game, then he'll really have no chance later on, and I'll definitely be able to one-shot him with Phantom Assassin just by right-clicking if you get the coup de grace, a critical strike on him then, or pretty much any hero actually. I think later on in this game, you'll see me get like a Divine Rapier, and then probably one-shot several of their heroes, including Wraith King, with like 900,000 damage criticals around 30 minutes into the game. So the whole point of playing like the Phantom Assassin mid, not only just to suppress that mid hero, make sure that, as you can see, he's very low on hit points. He's not going to be ganking anyone in this game. So I've essentially, not quite won the lane in that sense, but I'm definitely controlling the lane right now, and so it's very important. I mean, especially against a hero like Storm Spirit, who has very powerful ganks ability. Coming into level 6 around 4 to 6 minutes into the game, if he goes missing, he could definitely apply some pain and pressure to my other heroes here in this lane. But I'll definitely call missing. You can see some other heroes on the map. I'm going to buy a ring of health here from the secret shop just so I can stay in lane, but look around, they have a typical tri-lane here in their safe with Wraith King, Shadow Shaman, and Ancient Apparition. So you see our Evoker is just playing really safe right now, trying to pick up experience, making sure he stays well out of the spell range of the Shadow Shaman, so that, because they'll combo him, they'll kill him immediately if they combo with one of their stuns, for sure. Just go up and aggro him. And you see our Silencer actually picking up a kill there. I can show you this. If, yeah, they're offlane Undying. Undying is a very strong hero for the offlane, and it's an interesting tri-lane here with the Death Prophet, Silencer, and Clockwork. I mean, it's not even a carry in the lane, but all of these heroes are certainly robust in their own certain way. And so they can sort of semi-carry, like running into mid and you see the Silencer trying to curse, you get rid of the curse with the Clockwork there and the battery, so there's just no way he's stuck in those cogs and he just can't do it. So I'll try to keep focused on mid lane here, because really, as you can see, it's only 5 minutes in the game right now, so nothing significant has happened yet. But what we're going to see is I'm going to pick up like a fast Battle Fury here around, I want to say, like 12 or 13 minutes maybe, or like 14 or something, as well as Power Treads for attack speed. And you can see I have the Basilius over here. It's just important because the Siphoning Dagger has a low mana cost, but because the cooldown is only 6 seconds, you will run out of mana if you continue to spam that like excessively. Except the Basilius, it almost gives you like sort of unlimited daggers here. So we're going to continue to harass the Storm Spirit. He's not level 6, he's very close. And I don't have Blink Strike now, nor do I have mana to cast it, but I mean, he'll try to stick around, and I think we'll confirm a kill on here, on this Storm here in a moment. As you can see, I'm just trying to pick up last hits as well as denying the enemy hero. It's important to aggro deny. If you're facing mid lane, you should always deny creeps when they're like half hit points, and just to pull the lane back closer to your tower and everything, and also make it more difficult. There's an interesting sort of tempo dynamic, because you would think that like, oh, Storm Spirit has a range, and so he's just going to harass the Phantom Assassin out of lane. But he can also harass me as well as getting last hits and denies. There's just no way, and so if you aggro deny, it actually forces the enemy hero into sort of a difficult position where they once have to choose either to last hit the creeps that you're denying, or try to harass you, or try to deny themselves. And so, in that way, it is very much possible for melee heroes to sort of lane mid and keep up the tempo of the game. I think people really underestimate the potency of Phantom Assassin. They haven't tried to rotate anyone mid at all and gank them, but we don't even have a carry with one of our other lanes. It's Invoker off lane solo, and like Clock is like carrying it in the side lane with Death Prophet there for the safe lane. So what they really should do is probably rotate their tri-lane middle, or just to wherever lane that the Phantom Assassin is, just to make sure she doesn't get farm and shit, because, I mean, as soon as she gets items, the game is just so over. Like, I don't know why I haven't leveled Blink Strike yet, but yeah, this guy's so dead. There's a little critical there, and the dagger is confirmed. So you see, I have so many daggers on this Storm Spirit, and he just hates life right now. He's not getting any CS. I've completely outlaned him in mid, as well as preventing him from doing any kind of plays and taking action on the rest of the map. And so this PA is just free farming mid. It's not what you want to have happen, for sure. especially against this type of team for them. You see they have just one carry. The Wraith King is their solo carry. And you know, the Wraith King has the reincarnation and everything. He has a very strong win rate in public games right now, and that's simply because in public games people are fucking stupid, and they're not going to counterpick Wraith King with mana drain shit, for one thing. That's why I picked Silencer on my team, as well as Clockwork, because the cogs drain mana, so he's never going to get off his reincarnate spell, as long as those things are in effect. And you know, the thing is, for an ultimate ability, there are many, many powerful ults in the game, you know, like for instance, Tidehunter's ulti, Death Prophet ulti, Invoker's Invocation, and like Coup de Grace. And so Reincarnation doesn't actually help you, it doesn't do anything in the short term. All it does is kind of allow you to recover from a spike of damage when they kill your carry hero like really quickly. And so it's important to have other like team fight things. I mean, you know, they added the slow to it. The area effect slow on Reincarnate recently, and that kind of gives it a bit of a buff and an advantage and makes it like an interesting paradigm. But once again, you know, you're not dealing damage to the enemy heroes with that ability. You're not crowd controlling them very much at all. And so as soon as you single Wraith King out amidst the other heroes, you know, you can easily kill him 2 or 3 times, even if he has an Aegis of the Immortal, with simple crowd control spells without him being able to do anything or really combat you. And so that's why I, of course, won't be picking Wraith King and won't be playing Wraith King. He's very easy to last hit with and very easy to carry, obviously, because of the lifesteal. But it's not my style because I prefer more of a robust, like a team fight ability or a damage ability such as Coup de Grace, Omni Slash, God Strength on Sven. I'm a very prolific Sven player, and he's one of my favorite, with the cleaving attack and everything. You can see right now, it's such a low cooldown on the dagger, and I got the Blink Strike off, and he's not able to escape. He used up all his mana for one shot, and you know, Storm Spirit has definitely mana issues early in the game until you get items on him, so that you can kind of spam that bolt, his ultimate ability, just for extra mobility there. He wasn't able to escape from me. Just simply walked up and right-clicked him under his tower. So we see over here, Silencer and Invoker kind of offlaning together, and Death Prophet and Clock. You know, this is like a really low-tempo game. I don't know if you understand what I mean by low-tempo. You know, we're not going for really aggressive plays here. We're not going for some kind of an early, like, push or anything. You see me Blink Striking to my ally creeps here to get away from his spells so that I don't take any damage there. And Silencer, I think, will help me confirm another kill here. Oh no, he's going for ring. I don't think he's getting top. So maybe he'll come back down here. Oh yeah, for sure. He wants this storm right now, so... They actually have Ancient Apparition mid as well, trying to apply a bit more pressure to this lane, but it's not going to work for them because Ancient Apparition doesn't have what you might call a hard CC, like a hard crowd control. His stun, it's more like a dog, like damage on the time effect. You really have to combo it with another spell in order to make it effective, because he's not just going to be able to cold feed someone and have them be stunned, they'll just walk away from him. And Ancient Apparition has been kind of a popular pick lately. I don't know if you've seen some play in the pro scene, and Ice Blast is definitely really great for team fighting because it suppresses the enemy's ability to heal and stuff. Even if they have, you know, lifesteal or innate regen abilities or something like that, it's a very nice counter to a lot of tanky heroes, and also has like a percentage-based hit point effect on it as well. But he's just so squishy. You know, you have to get to him to that point. It's going to come a point in this game right now where my hero is going to be so much more farmed than anyone else on the map. And you know, if he hits me with his ulti, like, it's not even going to matter. I'm just going to completely tank through it and continue with what I'm doing. And so I've tried to draft some things on our team that will have more of an effect on like sustaining the stability of the game. See, Death Prophet, her ultimate, you normally think of as being like a pushing skill, right? You use Exorcism, but what people don't realize is that it's also a very good, stable defensive ability. You really can't push if Death Prophet has her ultimate up, it's just like similar with Shadow Shaman and his wards. You know, if the wards are there defending the tower or the friendly structure, you're not going to get very much ground against that with those extra damage there. So it looks like I'm going to come mid here, maybe just put some extra farm on these wards. These wards are worth as much damage as like a regular creep, and so it's kind of foolish of him to just spam these on mid tower like this without any kind of hero support or like a push enforcement from his team. He would have been much better off probably bottom, to be honest, and trying to help them our clockwork. It's definitely getting fucked up, but it's not going to matter at all. You can see me and the Death Prophet here with very easily. We already have the tier 1 on top as well. And so they're all really just giving us a ton of space here, chasing around this Invoker. He's invisible in Ghost Walk. And they're not keeping a very high GPM. This Wraith King looks like he has 41 last hits through the course of the game, compared to 77 from me in mid. Almost double his last hits. In addition to the hero kills I've picked up so far, as you can tell, I'm 2-0, but that will very quickly evolve into like 20-0 over here. I already have the Battle Fury 14 minutes with the brown boots. Basilius is going to take out some of these ancient creeps. You see how much gold? These are worth like, but for a single ancient camp, it's more gold than a hero kill. There's definitely like almost 300 gold between those creeps. And so I'm gonna, put that in. Why this is cold feed affects me, as you see, it's once again not a hard CC, because he wasn't able to stop me from performing actions. He just killed me before the start of the effect. The sword here is gonna fuck with me, but honestly I think I'm gonna turn around and kill him too, because he's completely out of mana now. Yeah, he's gonna turn around. No, okay, I'm turning around back to base here, so we'll see what's going on in these other lanes then. This is kind of a low tempo game, really. You know, these other kills that are being picked up across the map in the other lanes aren't going to matter very much in the outcome, because this outcome of this game entirely hinges upon Phantom Assassin and her critical strike and the farm that she gets. And I'm already just vastly out farming their enemy team. Once again, their best carry, Wraith King, has like no items here. He has power treads and some gold saved up. You know, he might be going for like an armlet or something like that, but it's not going to help him very much when the critical strike that I'm doing is like 600 damage. That's half of his hit points, isn't it? And he's supposed to be like their tanky carry hero. So, you know, we'll have to kill him twice because of the incarnate, but once again, it's not really a problem when you have the slow from Dagger and Clockwork's cogs, and mostly just, you know, relying on Invoker here this game actually for our CC, because of the gold stack definitely glass, and maybe I don't know if he's Quas White, and you see the EMP. CCs aren't going to be effective, and I actually picked off their Shadow Shaman with a critical dagger there. Beating up the enemy heroes already level 13. Their mid heroes only level 11, and as you can see, the rest of their levels are also lower than that. So I'm easily 4 levels above their Wraith King, and already have, you know, my 2nd level ultimate for 350% critical damage. It's not going to be easy for them, and in fact, they really have no chance at this point. But I'll fast forward here just a little bit. The Ancient Apparition ultimate, but it's not really going to be that much of an effect. They probably could have gone for like more of a team fight with like Enigma, maybe, like an Enigma or a Tidehunter, or just something like that. Just picking off the this is over right now, but just continue to run around and pick up tons of farm on the map. One of the great things about Phantom, because of the evasion that she has from Blur, it's very easy to pick up neutral camps, as well as ancients. So I'm just factoring ancients in this game. Their Ancient Apparition is just good at this point. Running through this a little quick. This is only going to be... You actually see I last hit the tower there. I'm gonna go back really quick and see if I can see it. Yeah, we're taking that tower very quickly. The combined force. They can't even begin to compete for it. But if you look, I'm just setting up this last time. Turn around, take the tower for like 250 gold there or whatever it is. So. Tier 2, he TP'd and immediately died. Like, and you see, even with Clockwork's cogs up, I'm able to like wing strike into them and to aggro the heroes there. But it's trapped. That's another reason the Phantom Assassin is kind of effective in this type of a build. So the enemy team is definitely going to want to focus Death Prophet when her ultimate is up. But then there's going to be Clockwork in the way of that, and there's also going to be Foker casting spells on them, a bunch of like area effect shit. And then, you know, as soon as they start to commit to some kind of engagement, I'm just going to blink in on the first person to get low and confirm the kill from like half hit points with the critical. And then Silencer suppresses their ability to combo. I think Silencer probably utilize heroes in public matchmaking and public play. Because, you know, anytime the enemies like initiate on them, they're just going to get silenced, and then they're going to be forced to like right click for 5 seconds. You see this in EMP combo, and all their mana is gone. Their Wraith King getting the mana boost there. But otherwise, we wouldn't have mana for reincarnation. And he got drained. I don't know what mana there, but he's definitely going to die. Yeah, and not even get to utilize his ultimate. So it's kind of a bad draft here from the enemy team, I think. I'm not expecting a whole lot of synergy. Although, I mean, in a sense, all of the heroes are good in their own right. I'm not a big fan of drafting Ancient Apparition. I know he's popular, and in professional games, the ultimate's very good because you're going to be running a much more tight unit group, and you're grouping on the heroes is going to allow Ice Blast to be very effective. See on the solo and road down, he misses me, but you can't hear about at least 50% from the rotation. Those 1,000 damage criticals, not even just an outstream of Battle Fury. Those are like mid-game items, PM. And it's actually able to creep that whole creep camp, and then right before it respawns, so now there's just another camp there, it looks like. Oh, the Ice Blast. Just barely missing Clockwork there. Oh, just beat it. Right, so anyway, they're getting dominated right now. There's nothing but treads. I guess it's fine, except that BKB doesn't even really help them against things like Ghosts from Death Prophet. You can see just ripping through their heroes right now. This has allowed me to free farm this most of the game. And I'm hitting him for 900 damage. Because most of his hit bar in just one strike. Well beyond godlike at this point. 11 kills, and it's just going to keep going. There's no way for them to kill my hero as long as I play safely, stay with my team, and you know, just really choose my battles here. Once again, it was the game of farm, kind of taking advantage of that. And so, now so heavily out farmed by the enemy. They're just all just waiting to take this site in the face and get critical strike. Oh, they're so ready. Yeah, just killed 2 heroes with 1 strike. There's no competition. I'm gonna let the Raven go here. But we're already taking the racks at 23 minutes. It looks like there's only 3 minutes actually left in the game because I almost have enough rapier for a rapier, as you can see. So as soon as I hit this rapier, I'm just going to go ahead and destroy the rest of their structures and finish. And you know, so it was lucky of me in a certain sense. Their mid was a bit flaccid, because it could have been more difficult, especially if you go against people like, say, Outlaw, Devour, or something like that. And you know, they could have potentially picked people like Doombringer or like you know, something else like a harder CC, because they really only have like 1 or 2 targeted stuns on their team, other than Shadow Shaman. And Shaman's just not going to survive very long against this kind of a matchup. So here's 6 grand saved up in 200 gold. I'll have enough for here. Just run out. Let's see. 15 and 0. Yeah, there's really not much to it. Actually, you know, I've played more difficult games with Phantom Assassin than this, to be sure. And once again, a lot of people say, oh, well, you only won mid because their mid sucked, or this and that. But you know, Storm Spirit is a good mid hero, is generally regarded as one of the better mid heroes. And so for him to be completely outlaned by Phantom Assassin, not even like any contest, is a bit, how do you say, I don't know, like, I mean, I guess I'm better than the average Dota player, and so I can sort of get away with stuff like this. At this matchmaking bracket, you see the 2350 crit from the Phantom Assassin. It's enough to one-shot any hero in the game at 30 minutes. There's no way for anyone to have that many hit points. So it's a 50% chance to just confirm a kill right off the bat. And without even critically, he just goes down with 2 hits. So the Death Puff ulti, they made a huge mistake in allowing us to pick that part before that. And so, you know, I'm trying to show you maybe small replays of like some really tough games where we're kind of up against the ropes, and you can actually see where like the plays have an effect. It's almost too easy, sort of just kicking off all of the heroes. Right now, actually buying a BKB in the enemy team's base and activating the BKB so they can't stun me. And then just running out with an ultra kill there. So it would have been a rampage for sure, but obviously Wraith King having reincarnate makes it a bit difficult to stick around and stay in their fountain to kill them. So I hope you like this. You know, if definitely at this type of MMR bracket around 3K and lower, you can get away with running hard core. If you're good at fast hitting, then you also understand the tempo enough to prevent the enemy here from outlaning them. Because you see, Storm Spirit applied some damage to me early in the game. Got my hit points low, but I recovered from it very easily. Just some regen items, picking up 800 gold per minute and 900 experience per minute here in this game. I mean, what would you expect though with 20 and 0, right? I've actually broken 1000 GPM in ranked, but I won't brag too much about that until I can actually get you a replay of me doing something like that. So maybe we'll look to get like a Sven game here. So I hope you enjoyed this Phantom Assassin, a bit of strategy for you and explaining you know, the impact she has on the game and the overall effect. So until next time, you know, please like and subscribe, GameBehemoth. Until later then.